Ooh, that was kind of nice.
Welcome everyone, this is Dom, and we are playing Kerbal Realism today. This should be episode 11, we're in the double digits, woo! I actually really like this specific season, so we're going to try to stay in this season as long as possible, and hopefully, we'll be able to land on different planets and such. I will be trying to upgrade, but to the new beta update, but either way, we're going to try to stay in the season as best we can. Because we have a lot of cool things that we're going to do. So, specifically, today is going to be a hopefully fast episode. We will see. We're going to get our trusty man, Bill, in the Minmus Lander. Bill. Minmus Lander. It is such a better craft, this one, than our previous, than my previous builds of it. Mostly because we've unlocked the new 2.5 meter parts. You'll see all of the additions very soon. The only disadvantage to it is that in atmosphere, and actually even out of atmosphere, it has no real control with the bottom stage here attached. These are KW parts. That is KW, one of the tanks. This is the unpainted tank for the 2.5 meter parts. It's a little bit lighter. It's like 2 kilograms lighter or something like that. It's crazy. Or sorry, 2 tons lighter. Whatever. Right up here is where Bill is going to be sitting for us. And we have inside of this inner stage is all of our science gear. And we're actually going to go ahead and lift off because the thing looks like it's swaying. So 3, 2, 1, blast off. There it goes. This thing has a lot of power behind it, so I have to kind of dial it back. I tested this after I built it. I built it like probably 20 minutes ago, not even. Built it, got my coffee, sat down in front of the computer, and started recording. I don't really have very much time in the upcoming weeks. We'll see if that changes. There's a good chance it might, but we will have to see. But my plan is with the YouTube stuff, I do need to stop dedicating too much time to it, but I do want to dedicate enough time to keep Kerbal Realism at least bi-weekly, so twice a week, at least 2 episodes a week. So this one should be going out either Wednesday or Thursday, which is tomorrow or the next day for me, and we should have one over the weekend. So I'm looking probably at a Wednesday, Saturday kind of thing. We'll see. Since we're on the subject, the stream will definitely not be on Fridays anymore. I have classes on Friday. Basically all day long I will be busy, and I won't be able to stream during that time, of course. So we're just ascending vertically. We're trying to get above just around 10 kilometers, and then we'll start pitching over, and you'll see how difficult it is for me to get this nose over stably, at least. Mostly because I don't have any of those reaction wheels on this thing right now. I didn't want to add the weight, and I really didn't need it because the gimbaling's good, and in atmosphere I have these little fins. It does work to an extent. I'm gonna have to show you how I land on Minmus. You're gonna might be a little bit weirded out about. Oh wait, I need orbital statistics. Change the surface if you're looking to land on something. Just a little bit of a heads up there if you're using Kerbal Engineer. Okay, we're going to try to pitch over as much as, not pitch over, but I guess this could be considered pitch. Depends on what our roll is. But I'm actually using the yaw controls right now, just because I like, it's a little bit more sensitive than my stick is in getting the right angle, the right intensity. Cutting off the engine, our apoapse is now above the atmosphere. Now, when we get higher, and that was a very fast ascent, just because this is an amazing engine, the Maverick KW Rocketry Maverick 5. It's a great engine for something really small like this, and it's really inexpensive. So this bottom stage is only like 17,000 monies, which basically doesn't do very much for us, but because it's kind of pennies on the dollar for every launch now. So I've kind of optimized our launches by getting some of the larger parts. and make it a little bit cheaper for us. This will not survive reentry. I didn't add any parachutes or anything on it, mostly because it's $17,000. I should have, but it'll be fine. As you can tell, I'm really struggling now. I don't know if you can hear, but I'm actually hitting these yaw pedals really hard to try to pull the nose over. That's just because the only reaction wheels right now are in the pod. So it's going to be quite an interesting burn here. Once I start burning, though, the gimbal from the engine should be able to direct us nice and simple. 29 seconds. This thing actually has the ability, at this light of weight, this specific engine, to kind of kill Bill inside of the pod if I go too fast, so I'm not going to go too fast. Okay, I'm just going to keep on burning towards the horizon here a little bit. There we go. As you can tell, the G-force gets quite large, so if I max this thing out, there's a good chance it would go into the red and just basically squish Bill in his chair. There we go. This shouldn't be enough to get us into orbit. At least the last time I tried this, it wasn't enough. And I only tried it like 20 minutes ago, so I actually remember this time. Most of the time I stream these builds, the builds of the rockets and testing, just because it's more fun that way, I think, for people to be involved. Here we go. Here's our upper stage. Getting rid of the lower stage. We're going to try to just round out orbit here. Mostly just because it's a little bit easier to get yourself situated. You know, for example, to Minmus, you need to change your inclination, so that's an issue. So we have my favorite setup here with the low profile engine and a little teeny tank. That is enough for about 3,000 meters per second of delta V, which is amazing. We're going to activate our solar panels, which are actually under the shroud. It's kind of a little bit cheaty. Things can go through this. This is an interstage. They allow, you know, your own parts to kind of go through them. But hey, who cares? I would like to have like the pedal one, so I could have like taken it off, but so here's all our parts. They're all inside, kind of the same of what we brought up to the moon. So everything's kind of in here. You'll actually be able to see it when we re-enter, but the whole way there and when we get to Minmus, I'll be using the it'll all be in the shroud, so you won't be able to see it until we re-enter. And for the sake of time, I went ahead and sped this part up. It's just setting up a little bit of the maneuver nodes and such. Basically, I recommend following a similar style to what I'm doing here. It's changing your inclination in orbit. If you're not really good at any of the orbital mechanics or anything like that, I recommend you following it this way, because I'm not good at it. And I can hit mid-miss, so woo, win-win. As you can tell here, I'm trying to change my inclination. I actually did a misburn a little bit, and I'm actually making a minute change about a quarter orbit away. Here we go. Get to it and burn. I love the music. The music in 4 times speed is amazing. I'm actually listening to the music as I record this voiceover. It's pretty cool. And there we go. We're doing a burn out towards Minmus. I need to move it a little bit towards the right there. There we go. And hitting Minmus. There we go. I really try to get like the best burn. I don't know why I do that. Because you're going to have to make adjustments anyways. Pointing ourselves towards the node. And in the sunlight. Just about to burn. And this engine sounds so cool at 4 times. I'm just going to be quiet. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Anyways, it looks like we're just about to hit our mark, and then we'll time warp up to where we need to go. But old me should say that, pretty sure. Bye. Cool. We are going to hit Minmus, so I'm going to turn off my SAS. And we will go on up there. I recommend you use time warp, of course, because it does take 9 days to get up there. Oh yeah, 9 days. And then I think it's a 7 or 8 day return journey. Boop, boop, boop. Here we go. So time warp will allow us to get there, but I wouldn't recommend going too fast, mostly because I have shot past some planets before. It's showing that we will encounter and crash into Minmus, so we can make a little bit of an adjustment when we get into its gravitational pull. Here we are. Okay, we need to burn away from the surface, so down is the surface. Now that we're in its influence here. Ooh, there we go. Turn on SAS again. Let's do in between the two in this direction, if I remember correctly. Nope, that didn't work. It's this direction. There it is. That's the one. The blue marker. That's the one you're looking for. That gets you away. We'll pull that away if you need to. I'm going to try to get more of a equatorial orbit. So I'm going to go to the purple marker on the ball here. And whoop, that's more of an equatorial orbit. Perfect. When I tested this out, I actually came from the other direction. So, yeah, about that. The sun is on this side of Minmus, the side we're looking at right now. So we are going to try to land on this side of Minmus. And we're going to probably be able to do that in a single orbit. The orbital period is, even though you're only a few kilometers above, so 30 kilometers above, it takes basically a whole Kerbal day to do an orbit. Because you're moving at such a slow speed. We need to get to our marker here, and we'll start to accelerate a little bit, time accelerate a little bit. I'm going to do this all from the map view, just so you get an understanding of how to do these things. Here we go, here we go, here we go. And there we go. So time periaps, 4 minutes. Actually, I don't even need that anymore. I don't know why I always do that. I keep on forgetting how to be engineer. I was playing some of the normal mode, or sorry, the non-modded version of this game with the new update. And it's quite fun, the beta update. Here we go. We are burning a retrograde, hoping to bring our orbit in. There it is. Little teeny bit of propulsion needed here. It's a great, great moon to land on. Here we go. Cool. Perfect. I know that the surface rotates this direction, so I think what I'm going to do is just bring down our orbit even more, so I can land in this part of the ocean-y things, or the frozen ocean things. That's 19 minutes from now, so descending down to the surface will be 19 minutes. Here we go. Well, maybe it isn't that much. Maybe it's only about 3 hours to do an orbit around at this height. Not sure. It's been quite a while. And as you can tell, it moves quite fast. The surface moves quite fast. Whenever you are descending onto this planet here, I would recommend, first of all, I'm going to pull up our orbit just a little bit so I land more in the center of that area. I'd recommend you switch your ball here to orbit. Or sorry, not orbit, surface. Unless you have, for example, this guy right here. Flight engineer. It tells you all of your speeds, your vertical and your horizontal speeds. So now that I know that I'm going to land in that frozen ocean thing, I'm going to speed up time. The height here, right here, is actually perfect at these levels. So this is quote-unquote sea level. This measures your height from sea level. So you don't really have to worry about anything if you land on these nice blue ocean-y things. Cool. You don't have to worry about your height difference or anything. And we are over it, so I'm going to go ahead and just burn off our horizontal speed with respect to the surface. Always make sure your ball is with respect to the surface. If you're trying to move your node here up to the center, I'm just going to try to get as vertical as possible. As you can tell on the left-hand side, I'm bleeding off my horizontal speed to hopefully around 0. We're going only about 4 meters per second to the side. 3, 2, 1, and basically 0. Pushing up this node to the very center will basically ensure that we are going vertical. There we go. And this is all with respect to the surface, so I'd recommend you do that because Minmus turns quite fast. Quite fast. Get yourself centered over the top, and just get ready for your impact, which is in 20 seconds for us. We're only 500 meters above the ground. If this was Kerbin, we would have already hit the ground by now. Here we go. Bleed off a little bit of speed. Any minute deviation off the center line here will move your descending node, whatever it's called, or your retrograde vector. That's what it meant to be. Here we go, here we go. And the shadow's getting closer, shadow's getting closer. The speed, the amount of thrust on this thing is amazing for this craft. So I really don't have to worry about descending too fast, because I could basically bleed off all the speed I need to. In quite a hurry, too. Here we are, and touchdown. Excellent. We are on Minmus, and we are just about level now. And new me again here. I'm just going to go ahead and power through all the science that I need to do here for the sake of time. Normally, oop, there goes Bill. That was a weird thing. Normally I'd show all the science and stuff like that, but I don't have any like special messages or anything, so it just kind of says like, you observe this, etc. That one was okay. I brought just what we had for science stuff left, and I'm kind of peeking into this shroud here. And it wasn't really riveting, so I decided to voice over. We got to get out, get a soil sample, and plant our flag. EVA report as well. And here goes... Ooh, I think that's soil sample. Who knows? And Minmus, Greater Flats. And I'm trying to explain something here, but whatever. Hold me! Okay, and I think that's all the science we needed to do while we're here. We are going to get back in this vessel, and the reason why I really need to rush is because we only have 12 days of food left. Now, since we... Here we go, let's zoom out here. Since we need to get back to Kerbal Space Center, or to Kerbin here, and we're actually orbiting in this direction, the Minmus is orbiting in this direction, we need to go and thrust towards this direction, so against its movement. Now, I landed on the correct side of the planet here. If I burn relatively straight up, I will be going in the direction against its movement, against Minmus's movement. So we're going to have to do that very, very soon, or I'm going to have to make corrections mid-flight. Here we go. Let's go ahead and take a look at our contract here. We put a flag on Minmus, so we got a lot of money. That was a contract that I needed to complete. So we are already well above the monies that we started with, which is amazing. And here we go. Let's just go ahead and start burning straight up. No landing gear required for this planet, or this moon, whatever. We are going to try to also bring the nose of this guy a little bit towards this direction here, because I know that I need to burn that way. More or less straight up, but I kind of know what I'm doing, so we're going to just do this. And now we can burn kind of straight up. You'll see us, there we go. We'll start burning outwards, and our periaps will drop ever so slowly. And it will start to get close to Kerbin's atmosphere. We're within the geosynchronous satellites we set up last time. Bloop, 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 bloop. And keep on burning, keep on burning. We'll get to within the atmosphere and stop. There we go, that's almost perfect. When we get to closer to Kerbin, we will burn again and hopefully bring down this our apoaps here. That will reduce the speed at which we encounter the atmosphere. And we are on the road. And then whenever we start to descend, we are going to jettison this bottom stage because it's heavy. And we'll lose those funds, but that's fine. This guy right here will activate, and then our inside capsule that is very, very similar. It's the same to the last set we did to the moon. will enter the atmosphere in the same way that we did last time. So here we go. We're just speeding up. It's going to be a 10-day journey, and we only have 12 days of food. So this is quite a close call. It's a 9-day journey at this point. It's quite a distance away from Kerbin, this moon is. From the moon itself, we wouldn't need as much food, and we wouldn't burn through as much food. It's only about a 3-day journey, if I remember correctly, there and back combined. Here we go. We are approaching Kerbin. From this point, we are going to try to slow ourselves down just a little bit. Let's go ahead and do some of this, and then some of this. Oop. Keep ourselves kind of in the same trajectory here as much as we can. I want to make sure that that stays about 29. Here we go. And 4,400. I wanted to make sure that I had enough fuel to be able to do this burn, because hitting the atmosphere is deadly with deadly reentry. So we have 811 fuel to do this with. There we go. 33. That's fine. Cool. We're going to get to that node, which is down in this direction. I'd recommend you guys integrate advanced nav ball if you are looking for a good way to make sure that you're going to hit your nodes and know where it is on your nav ball here. It's quite dark, quite dark. I'm going to probably be doing the burn in the middle of the night. We will have to see. Ooh, the sunrise is coming. Sunrise is coming. And there we go. There's the sunrise. Cool. And here we go. Just want to keep an eye on my orbital statistics here. I don't want to... There we go. There we go. I don't want to bring my periaps too high. I'm probably going to stop the burn with about 100 meters per second of fuel left. There we are. And then just make an adjustment so that my periaps is a little bit closer. Bloop, bloop. 5, 23. So that direction, basically. So which direction I need to burn. There we go. And I'll bring it to about there. Cool. Now I have plenty of... sorry, I have a lot less speed than I did before. I'm going to jettison the bottom here. And we will do it in probably this direction. Be a good thing to do. Which... Ooh. Ooh. What happened? That's not good. Something bad happened. No! The interstage didn't work too well. Okay. What actually got destroyed here, or flung off here? Was it this? Nope, it was not. So I have no idea what happened. Yeah, about that. Let's move that back up. Let's try it again. Nope, that didn't work. Okay, so we're entering the atmosphere with this. I don't know how well this is going to go for us. We'll see. Ugh. Not good. We're going to go ahead and retract our solar panels for this. We don't need any more daylight at this point. And we will hit the atmosphere now. There we go. That should have worked, unless this is a part that's not working right now. Come on. Here we go. Slow us down, please. Okay, reentry, reentry. It's going to be nice and a fiery fireball. And the only reason I'm recording this at this point is because we are entering with this, and I don't really know what's going to happen. Yeah. This is going to be kind of bad, I think. Probably going to have to move this up. And then this to here. And this up here. And we're probably going to have to land with everything all at once. Ugh. It's going to be really, really bad, I think. We will have to see. Let's see how hot this is getting. Temperature's increasing. 600. 700. I don't know what the maximum temperature on this thing is. It might be high, who knows. 800. 900. 1,000 degrees, just about. Okay, the speed at which the temperature is increasing is slowing down, which is a good thing. So about 1,000 meters per second. Sorry, 1,000. Oh, chute deployment unsafe. I'm not deploying my chutes yet, so don't worry. Good. We are slowing down. It looks like we're going to be landing over the ground here, and relatively flat, which is nice. I should have chose a landing site. Here we go. We are getting into the thicker part of the atmosphere now. We're cooling down, so I don't think I think this engine really saved us. Come on, come on. Yeah, this is nice. I don't think we need to worry about our electricity right now. We'll slow down and hopefully, since we're landing on lower terrain, we'll deploy our parachutes at a much lower height. The thicker part of the atmosphere should slow us down. Our maximum speed here. Here we go. Let's try that. Maximum speed should be reduced in the thicker part of the atmosphere. The atmospheric effects will slow us down. 300 meters per second. Less than Mach 1 now, so we are no longer supersonic. Okay. And let's see, 25 seconds to impact. Let's go ahead and do this. Why did that not work? Slow us down, come on. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I gotta get in here. I don't really know what I'm doing. There they go. And then we can probably do this. Good. Yes. That worked. That worked quite well. Awesome. Come on, deploy the chute. There we go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, perfect. That should explode. And we'll get to the ground. Awesome. Ooh. Ooh, that was loud. Something survived. Cool. So nice. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and get us to the ground because it's going to take a little while, and I will see you maybe next time. Yeah, I think that's going to be the... that's going to be the end of today's episode. I will recover all these pieces as soon as Bill lands here. I have to wait for that one to get down to the ground as well. Yeah, that's going to be it. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.